All right, all right. Jumping into this stream. Oh, looks so weird. Hmm, there it is. There it is. There's the thing. There's the ticket. All right. Getting everything set up and ready. See, a couple people have joined us. Go ahead and say hello. Hard. But yeah, gotta make sure everything is shared in all the right places. There it is. All right. You're breaking up. Hey, Polly. What's going on? Let me listen to myself. Um, your reverb. Um, is that good? We good? Better? Better butter? Nutter butter? So yesterday I did some more work over there. Doesn't look like it. Ah, it's killing me. Give me one mo. Give me a mo. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Better butter? But yesterday I did a stream for a little while, and I got thank you. Yeah, I just for some reason sometimes RTX voice just doesn't like to work. I don't know why. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. But I did some more on there. I added 5 more levels. I think we're gonna switch up the block type now. I think we're gonna go with a different block type. I don't know what, but we're gonna go with the block type. Um, we also dug out a little bit in the nether. Oh, that's gonna be our my main base area. So that's gonna be like where my bed is. I'll have some small things kind of there, some storage. Storage is gonna be the biggest part of it. That it's a 50 block wide. It'll be a 50 block wide sphere. So once we get up to around block 20 or level 25, like up in here, then we're going to cut it in half. Then it's going to be flat. Then we're going to make like I've got kind of a fun like we'll make like a very early Minecraft kind of wood house. You know, something very subtle and oh, these bats. Something very subtle and small and quaint. Just a small house up on top that has my bed, things like that. And but underneath will be like the storage area and everything. That'll be like main block storage area. Yes, also where I keep my Zensu beans. Every time I do make one of those, I think of Corin's tower. Man, I love the part in Dragon Ball where it was like a huge feat of strength to climb Corin's tower. Well, yes, you have to then go up to Kami's. But it was an amazing feat of strength to just climb up Corin's tower. Iron is doing well. All right, let's take some of these puppies and let's make some bone meal. Need bones. You know, it is now a thing. Instead of calling it the hyperbolic time chamber, they call it the room of space and time, which is fine. But that's just what a lot of people call it now, and like whenever people say hyperbolic time chamber, they kind of turn their nose up at it, and I'm like, that is like that's what we grew up with in the Funimation dub was the hyperbolic time chamber. I mean, I don't not like, yeah, weebs. I don't not like Room of Space and Time. I think that's fine because they call it the RSAT. The RSAT. Um, Clawley, are you a Dragon Ball fan? If you say yes, we like. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we've got more weebs. Yes, more weebs. All right. What who's your main? Who's your character? Why don't you Sailor Scouts or Sailor Guardians? Yeah, I could see that. I like Sailor Scouts more because I just like the alliteration. But Sailor Guardians doesn't sound bad. It's just I like that alliteration in sometimes it's just kind of fun and nostalgia. But Claudia, who's your main? You gotta let us know because like it doesn't matter, but it does matter. Because if you say someone like Yamcha, we're gonna have problems. Yamcha, Chi Chi, Chi Chi. She's like the strongest human woman. Well, I mean, you could just say woman because there's not very many female characters in the show anyway. I love Chi Chi. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you do. No, but I love Chi Chi. She's fun. I really like. I wish they would play. I wish they would use her more. Honestly, her being as strong of a fighter as she is, like as far as human fighters go, like they totally could have played with that. Like, like what makes because they talked about Gohan being special because he's a hybrid, and that kind of gets into like where Trunks and Gotenks, like how they were able to ascend to Super Saiyan as quickly, even faster than Gohan. But Gohan's always had that kind of special rage about him. They could have explained it that it could have been a trait passed on by Chi Chi, and they could have done something with that. But that would have required some forethought on Toriyama, the writer, who forgot Super Saiyan 2 existed. No, no, come back in here. Come back in here. Come back in here. Thank you. All right, let's breed these up now. But they could have played with the fact that it came from her and her being who she was. Ah, thank you for the reminder. But uh no, but I think they could have done something more with how Chi Chi was. Um, they could have, made a female character very I don't want to say special or utilized because that makes it feel like it's a tool. But shared the limelight that the male characters get, maybe. I think that could have been nice. Um, Especially again for a show that focuses so much on like strong male characters. They could have totally did something with female characters. Oh, well, when you use seeds, since they eat the seeds, they will follow it. So let me show you with the other animals. It's the same thing that happens with uh, the other animals and how they feed and how you breed them up. So let's see. Let's grab some carrots and I'll show you because we're going to take care of some of our population. Take care of some of our population. Um, oh, yeah, Android 17 or Android 18. Yeah. She's really fun, and I really like what they did with her. Um, because they talked about, they've since called them cyborgs, which is what they are. Um, so they talked about them being still, they're based on humans, so like they're human still, but they have mechanical parts. So, do you see how with the pigs, since pigs eat carrots, they all face the carrots. But when I turn away, they all kind of do their own thing. But when I do this, they all focus in. So it's the same thing over here. You can guide chickens with seeds. So a lot of the animals work that way. Let's see. You can't really guide the ocelots, the wild cats that you find in the jungle. Um, they work more on, you kind of have to slowly approach them with fish. Um, and then you can tame them by giving them enough fish. Um, Horses, you can kind of guide with wheat. They don't really get spooked unless you hit them, but yeah. Let me hop in here. Maybe. Jeez. Excuse me, sir, 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 sir. Thank you. See, now they're all facing me. Oh. Oink, 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 oink. But yeah, so they all kind of face with this. And so I'll breed them up so we can get more. And I'll show you what the wheat does with the cows. See, the cows like the wheat. That's what they breed for. Or that's what they use to breed. So you feed them wheat to do so. So it's really cool with food is that you can accelerate when there's a baby and how they get to their adulthood by giving them the food that is used to help them breed. So like with cows, you give them wheat to make them go from baby cows to adult cows. Ah, no. So like this little cow, see how he got some little particles on him? That means he is starting his growth cycle. And oh, didn't give him enough, but that's okay. Sheep are the same way. Horses the same way. Yeah. Take care of you. Yes, with wolves, you do that with bones, and they become like domesticated. And what's really cool about with wolves is they become like your protectors. So wolves don't like skeletons, and they will just go after skeletons, so they can kind of protect you and stuff. If you have cats around, creepers don't like cats, so they won't. They will walk away from cats. So if you want to make sure a creeper doesn't like walk, let's say a creeper walk in this area, you could have a cat, right click them to make them sit. Walked in, farted, and left. Uh, Being married is so much fun, isn't it? Like, isn't that like the best? I will often get kicked out of the bedroom, or my wife will just go to the living room and sleep on the couch if I've had a particularly tough tummy day. it, Girl, it happens to the best. Uh, if it's just gonna happen. I do the same to my. Yeah, like, but I'm a really heavy sleeper, so it's really tough for me to wake up. So my wife usually just goes to the couch. As unfair as that sounds, it's just really tough for me to um, fall asleep. So, and it's really tough for me to stay asleep. So I just kind of have to deal with that. Oh, got some good food going. Let's see. Ooh, getting some good bones. Okay, let's do some more harvesting, because then we can get some more bone meal. Now, when you say you do the same to your husband, is that because you stink him out or he stinks you out? Sweating to glue his butt cheeks together. You know that's only going to make the problem worse. Like, it's going to make it a bigger problem. Like, if we've had too much Chipotle that week, it's a toss up who stinks who out. It happens. Like, sometimes, like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, or I'll come in and she's already in bed, and I'm like, ugh. You walk in, you hit that wall, like, ugh, this room needs to ventilate. Keep the keep the ceiling fan going, circulate some of that stink out of the room. Or you wake up in the middle of the night and you have to go to the bathroom. It's like 3 a.m. Humid, warm wall of stank. And you know what? Like, when you're asleep, there's no like holding it back. Your muscles are so relaxed, you just let loose. I'm really glad we've gotten to this point where we're comfortable enough, with streaming and things like that, that we can just talk about when we're ripping it when we sleep. I'm really happy that we're all comfortable with each other. Oh my goodness. We're all friends. Yeah, like, that's what we strive to be, to all just be comfortable enough with ourselves and with each other, that we can share these very intimate details about our lives and how much makes you want Glade. Just air freshener, just someone's pants. You just get one of those little car air fresheners, and you just, like, as they're sleeping, you just attach it to, like, the tag on the back of their shorts. That's what you need. Or yeah, you Febreze their butt while they're sleeping. Like I would totally, I wouldn't wake up. I, I might do one of those like while I'm sleeping, like why is my butt wet, and then just keep going to sleep. So we need this bone meal for bone blocks. So let's go over here and place these bone blocks. But how was everyone's day today? Did everyone stay warm? I had my wife kick up the heat a little bit. It's a little chilly down in our basement. I mean, which is great for my computer. Not great on my toes. But I I don't get super cold. So it takes a little bit for me to get super cold. Like I wore shorts and a t-shirt to work today. And my guys were getting on to me. They thought I was ridiculous, which to be fair, I am a little ridiculous. I love that sound of placing down bone blocks. Listen to that. It's so good. Oh yeah, I forgot yesterday a creeper blew up right here inside the portal and blew up my portal. It's warm here. We've had a warm winter. Oh yeah, you're on the. It is. It's like satisfying, and it just. There's a lot of Minecraft sounds that are just like that just are like butter on your ears. It's if a sound could be delicious, that is the sound. Bone block sound is delicious. Watched all 3 Bill and Ted movies. Oh, is the third one out now? Is the third? Oh, I guess the third one. Where's the third? Where could you watch the third one? Tell me the things. So, was it on Amazon? Did they release it on Amazon? Because I need it. Because I love the first 2. They haven't really aged well. Like, there's a lot of choice things. Oh, you borrowed it. Oh, okay. I know I think the first 2 are on HBO. They're somewhere. But like I know they use some very choice words that were very commonplace and edgy and things like that and comedic and in their time, but those movies are a lot of fun because they're just weird. They're like if you look at them like honestly and like without bias, they are weird movies, but they have some of the coolest time travel because I love their time travel games. Where they're like, I would use my time machine to go back and steal my dad's keys and place them here, and then they'd be there, and it's so cool because it's just like how a kid would think about time travel. Okay. Like I don't mind the asymmetry, but I still don't want it to look super wonky. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. A little bit better. All right. Ooh. Ooh. I even took a nap. Took a nap when I got home today. I I showed my guys Hamilton. Of course, they hated it for the first 20 minutes, and then they kind of enjoyed it. I asked them for a rating. Um, some of them said like fours. A lot of them were like zero because they're trying to act tough. So I don't count that because they're trying to be tough in front of everyone else. So I gave it a one for them, and then a couple of them gave me some mid range numbers like 2.5, 3. So I would say they they enjoyed that one. So we might do another musical later this week or next week. I'm slowly trying to expand their horizons a little bit, but we shall see. Now, what kind of blocks do I want to use? No, let's go with something. Let's go with something very different. I like granite. Let's see if we can mine some more granite. To mining. One of my favorite musicals is The Sound of Music. It's good. I like The Sound of Music. Well, with them, I'm trying to go with something that's. I wanted to start with Hamilton because it would because it's very modern. Its use of hip hop and things like that, and a very modern sense of a musical. So I wanted to kind of start with that and slowly work them in to that because I don't want them to leave this experience being very close-minded, especially when it comes to even just entertainment. Um, so they are slowly going to do it. Yeah, it would not be my next one. I might do Greatest Showman, just because it's another very current poppy musical. Even though P.T. Barnum did not deserve a musical about him, um, and they just gloss over his horrible atrocities. I want them to watch Hairspray, um, but with that and with how my kids are, how my guys are kind of politically, it's gonna some a lot of Hairspray comes off as lip service. So lip service for that community because it's set in that time, and it's like racism is bad, racism is bad. It's very much uh, too on the nose. Um, but like it does deal with segregation, but it does it in such a like it glosses over so much of the struggle, of the actual struggle, not just the kids of color sitting in detention. That's as bad as it got. It's like how you would approach racism for little kids. Um, I don't know. Funny enough, so my VODs don't do amazing on YouTube. I maybe get maybe 4 views total after like a week or so, but my video from yesterday already has 5 views on it. So I thought that was kind of funny. I don't really make my VODs to get like a lot of it is almost patronizing. It's like performative activism where it's just like I am an ally. I'm gonna change my profile picture for Black Lives Matter. But you don't really do anything. You don't really educate yourself on the American Black experience. You put, oh, it's Black History Month, I'm gonna watch Roots. Like it seems that superficial. As great as Roots is for kind of talking about uh, the plight of the American slave and things like that. Yes, hitting the big numbers. Honestly, if I get 10 views on a VOD, I count that as major success. Because like VODs are weird anyway. Like you almost have to have a big audience for VODs to mean anything. Um, to get to garner any sort of um, uh, revenue based watching or anything. Um, but like I think Black History Month isn't like, for me it's about white people educating themselves on what it is to be a person of color in um uh in America right now. Um and even so much like what people of color had to experience in the past. It isn't for black people to educate us, but um I mean, if there are people of color in the community that are willing and really want to educate people on different struggles, successes, because just focusing, I've seen people of color talking about how they don't want to just be represented in movies as like 12 Years a Slave, where it's just talking about the struggle of people of color, but just tell a story like any other person. Um, um, that just so happens to feature a person of color and shows how they live every day. Um, like a good example of that is really like it's animated, but Into the Spider Verse showed a multicultural family for a kid who was of color, but it wasn't. It was just his hero story. It had nothing to do with the fact that he was a black kid. Uh, it was him. It was him learning how to be a hero just on his own. Um, he did have a mentor and things like that. Someone who has done it before and is kind of tired of it. So it went through all of the same tropes that way, but it didn't hit like the same sort of tropes of, oh, his skin is brown, that means we have to talk about racism. Um, yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's important to know those stories, and those stories definitely have a place, especially to keep people informed that it still happens, um, that that systematic racism still happens, and it still is lethal in many cases. Um, but that shouldn't be the only stories that are told for people of color, in my opinion. In my opinion, maybe very naive and uneducated, which is kind of the point of having the discussion. But but now I want to going back to the musical conversation. I'll probably go with Greatest Showman because it is a very poppy musical. Um, we'll probably end up doing Hairspray eventually, but it wouldn't be like my third choice or anything. Um, I might do Sweeney Todd because they might like that because it does have to deal with, like, it's essentially like a murder mystery from the murderer's point of view. And the music's really good in it. But like most things Tim Burton and that feature Johnny Depp, there aren't a lot of people of color so in it, so representation is still very lacking. Which is a conversation we could have. The fact that that movie, I don't, gosh, I don't remember. It's not one that I watch enough to remember all of the actors in it, but I'm pretty sure there's not a person of color in a kind of major role. There's the lava. I could hear it. Heard the bubbly sounds. All right. We didn't get very many pieces of granite. I mean, we could just sit here and just mine out this section. But it's going to make my mining chambers look all wonky. Oh, wow. Oh, Kalali. I got my first affiliate, company affiliate. That gives me like a kickback for things, which is exciting. I use them a lot. I don't have my affiliate link or anything ready, so we're just gonna quickly talk about it. But yeah, I use a site called Canva to make my thumbnails and all my social media posts because they have a lot of really cool free assets. So I use that, and you can upload pictures, videos, like as media to upload in there, and it's super cool. And so I got a free trial. Yeah, so I got a free trial for their pro stuff, and I get like a kickback on their on like any people, like on like the first couple months of when people clicked for a pro membership on it if they use my affiliate link. But yeah, it's like a multimedia kind of site that lets you build, like if you want to make customizable stuff for social media. But yeah, I'm super excited. I've been using them for a long time. And I love playing around on it because, like, learning about I can do different things on there. And I saw that they had an affiliate program, and I signed up for it, and I got approved within a day, which I thought was super cool. Ooh. Knowing that there's lava there, that was not smart for me to just dig straight down. I did not a smart thing. I did not do a smart thing there. Yeah, I'm super excited because, like, it's not like a consistent paid thing, but it's a product that I actually use, which I thought, if I'm gonna do any sort of like affiliate program or sponsorship program, I want it to be something that I use. One, so I can continue to benefit, because I've already been benefiting off of it in the free landscape of those things. But I just think it's really neat. Anything that offers like a pretty robust free library, I think is pretty cool. Because they have quite a bit of free stuff that you can use. Like, quite a bit. Like, like there's a lot. My only, like, if I said that they had to improve one thing, though, would be if you didn't want, I don't even know how that would work with licensing. Especially, but like with templates and stuff, like there's certain template shapes you can't use, or element shapes you can't use without being a pro member on there. But like if they had kind of like a pay as you go thing, so you could pay for a specific asset or something, like, oh, this one's 99 cents to use this. Even if it was one time, I think that would be a really good way, especially to get revenue. Years ago, you're a beauty Instagram influencer. Oh. I am not pretty enough to be a beauty Instagram influencer. No one used your link. So getting mine, I did a thing with a gaming coffee company for a little while. It was an affiliate program that offered no kickback, so I stopped doing it because it was like one of those things where I just that's the best joke you've said ever, Grid. No, I'm just kidding, but for real. Um, but I did the gamer coffee stuff, and the coffee's good. Like I enjoy their coffee, but the the affiliate program wasn't very, I guess, worth it. In my opinion, it was more promote our product, just promote our product. And I never really saw anything from it. Um, we love you. We love you. But they didn't really do anything with it. And so, and like, I made some fun, like, promotional stuff for them and things, and I never really saw anything from it. So I kind of stopped doing it. But with this one, like, I use it all the time. Um, and they gave me a free trial with the gamer coffee. Um, I didn't get, any free samples or anything, which, I know that isn't what it's about. And, or, like, I just ordered a little variety pack to just to try them out. And I like their coffee. Their coffee's good. And they're fun names, like for their coffee. And I thought that was really, like, really good marketing for gaming specific type, that market. Because there's like energy drinks that are trying to be like gamery and stuff, and I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's slightly manipulative. Because there's always like a health component when it comes to um, energy drinks that you have to worry about. And with coffee, it's inherent. You know that there's caffeine in it, and you know there's certain things in coffee. But with energy drinks, you don't really know. It's not as widespread knowledge on what's inside that. So I don't know. I think that kind of stuff's slightly sketch, just a little bit. All right, let's see. Ooh, we got quite a bit this time. Okay. Okay. Let's gather this up. Let's see how much we can do. All right. Let's drop you off here. Boom. I need sticks. Give me sticks. Any more sticks? Sticks. 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 Yeah. Yeah. So, Clawley and Grid, it's time for my favorite segment, unpopular opinions about non-controversial topics. Eventually, I'm going to have a graphic that pops up, and it's going to be like super 80s, like, unpopular opinion about non-controversial topics, and it'll like spam the screen and stuff. I think that'll be fun. So yeah, let's talk about that while I get set up for my circle generator. What is the thing? No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. You just keep saying I'm gorgeous. I'm as pretty as I want to be. um, that's That's how I think about that. I'm as pretty as I want to be. If I want to be pretty today, I'm pretty today. If I don't want to be pretty today, I'm not pretty today. We got it. All right. So unpopular opinion, but a non-controversial topic. Let's see. Ooh, this one may start. This one may be controversial. I don't know, but I think. Where is this at? No. I think that Val Kilmer is second to Michael Keaton Batman. Ooh. Okay. So wait, before we talk about mine, we got to talk about Clawley's because I feel like yours may actually be controversial. Um, you don't like Nutella? Now, is it like the hazelnut taste? Is that what it is? Because I can understand that. Not everyone likes hazelnut. Um, and I've been told that there are better spread like hazelnut spreads. Um, Power Rangers is great in distribution. Yes, I thought it was a lot of fun. It paid respects where it needed to be, but it was its own thing. Like with Power Rangers, because there's so much there's so many different things they could have done that just doing their own thing, making it different for their own thing was probably the best course of action. Kilmer rules, Nutella sucks. The hazelnut, also the thickness. Oh, I never thought about the thickness being a problem. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I dig it. I dig it. I like Nutella. It's too sweet though. Like I can have a little bit, but it's just too sweet. Um, there isn't anything like I like hazelnut taste. I think that's fine. But I can definitely see why someone wouldn't like it. It does have a very peculiar taste. Yeah, it's just too sweet. Like I can have a little bit. A little bit's fine. I don't mind it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 4, 5, 6. But yes, major sweet tooth. So that's saying something. I do too. But like, I so chocolate. I don't eat milk chocolate all that much. When I do, it's usually like because it's mixed with something like like peanut M&Ms. That's where I get my milk chocolate is from like peanut M&Ms, things like that. But I don't eat like a regular Hershey's bar anymore. It's mostly because I am a dark chocolate fan. Like love dark chocolate. I've tried to do the 100% cacao challenge and I've gotten halfway through. Like I love dark chocolate. It is delicious. But yes, the Power Rangers movie from 2007 definitely needs at least a sequel where they do the thing that we all know that they would do. First have Tommy be the villain and then have him switch sides at the end to fight Zordon or not Zordon, uh, 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 Zed or Rita or whoever the big bad would be, how they would do that. There has to be there would have to be that kind of heel turn for it, but And as much as we know with the plot, it would be a lot of fun, especially with how they made those characters to begin with. They were just a lot of fun. Green with evil. Yep. They have it. Husband love the partner. I never watched this kid. Yeah, like my wife and I watched it together, and we like had a lot of fun. Um, I don't think she didn't really watch a lot as a kid, so she didn't have the nostalgia for it. Um, heel turn is turn back. Ah, okay. Thank you. Face turn. Um, and so she didn't have quite the nostalgia for it that I did. Um, and really, the whole time in the movie, I was just like, just play the music, just play the music, but make sure you play the music in a great way. Like, don't just do it in a joke. Just play the music, play the music, play the music, and I'll be fine. Like, everything in this movie will come together if they just play the music, and they did it in such a great way. And then there was a joke afterward, and it was fine because it was funny. It wasn't just a joke for joke's sake. Like it kind of matched up to what the character kind of does, so it wasn't a big deal. Um, but yeah, I loved that movie. That movie was so much fun. I was hooting and hollering. Um, Grid, you be quiet. You're like my resident Power Rangers person. I was watching what she was a kid. That's interesting. I you know I like we had a lot of strict rules as kids. Like we couldn't watch certain things. Like I couldn't watch Beavis and Butthead. One, because it came on after my bedtime as a kid, but two, it had language, which is weird because I had a Lifetime family or a Lifetime movie upbringing, so it wasn't like uh, I never heard or saw worse. Like I heard and saw worse on the daily. Um, so us not being able to watch Beavis and Butthead was I don't know. I thought it was dumb, so I always snuck watching it. I I rebelled. I was a rebel. Um, but um, but like we could watch TV and stuff. I did have a babysitter who wouldn't let us watch Power Rangers because she thought it was uh, satanic. Her specific words were just it was the devil. Like it was one of those Bobby Boucher mama moments from Waterboy where it was the devil. Um, but she let us watch a really awful horror movie called Dr. Giggles. Like totally didn't care about that. Like that movie, and I was in kindergarten. That movie scarred me as a child. But um favorite movies from childhood. It's a good question. So there's some really fun ones that I don't get to watch very often anymore just because I don't have them. But like Garbage Pail Kids was a fun, just ridiculous movie. Yeah, tattoo parties were a thing for a while. Tattoo parties were one of those things where uh, we it happened at our house and we were told not to tell anybody. So you tell a third grader not to tell his friends that, oh yeah, my stepdad and my mom had a tattoo party in our kitchen, where we eat. But anywho, but Garbage Pail Kids is one of those movies where I loved watching it as a kid. Never ending story. I love it. As like meme worthy as it is, really, I love that movie. Um, when Artax dies of depression, like he dies in the bog of depression. He dies of depression. Ugh, that hit so hard. Hit so hard. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pocahontas. My 6-year-old likes Pocahontas. She gets down with Pocahontas. Um, but we watch just Disney movies at the wazoo, though. Jeez, like we watched Frozen yesterday and Soul. The 2-year-old wanted to watch Frozen, so we had to watch Frozen. And then I convinced her. I was like, "Big sister did not get a turn to pick a movie, so it's her turn to pick a movie." So we watched Soul. Remember Little Nemo? Yep. Not a lot. I think that's a movie like I watched like once as a kid. I watched a lot of horror movies as a kid. Like my mom, we had, oh my gosh, we had like, you hate music. What? What's happening? Hello. What is happening? I don't know. Hello. Why the hostility? Are you kidding? I hope you're joking, because if you're joking, that's fine. Like, I'm not really too turned off from that, but if you're not joking, what's the dealio? You want to talk? Like, do you need to like decompress? Do you need to like get something off your chest? We can hash it out. I'm not against helpful conversation, but if you're in here just to push my dog in the corner, I don't know what that means. Frick, yeah, you can say frick. I guess. Uh, Mr. Zeno, Zeno the Fat Man. I don't know. Do I know you? Brazzy. I don't know what's happening. I feel like there's a disconnect somewhere. But you said you hate music. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You said you hate music. Are you one of my former students? If you're one of my former students, hello. Um, and I'm sure, not everyone has to like music. That's okay. But are you one of my former students? Is that maybe why you said um, you didn't like music? Was that like a way for you to tell me that you were one of my students? Uh, okay, well, I think that you are a little too much. So we're gonna call that last warning, and give you the benefit of the doubt here of being ridiculous for being ridiculous' sake. And let's just call this a learning moment. If you don't want to take that learning moment, you are welcome to go somewhere else and talk. But we're like, let's keep this a little bit more. We can do PG-13. Okay, well, sir or madam or they, we're gonna go bye bye. So yeah, I really don't know. I did give you lots of actions, lots of chances to kind of rectify the situation. So gonna have to send you off. Okay. That person's now blocked. Okay. Hopefully, what that person said did not trigger anybody, because that was a little ridiculous. Oh, you're still here, but no one can see your stuff. Oh no, you are. Huh. How did that not work? How do I get you out of there? Hmm. Thank you, Grid. There we go. All right. That person's now gone. Sorry about that, guys. That person should now be banned. I had them blocked. That's what I did before. I blocked them. Didn't get them banned. Okay. Yes, they are gone now. Huh. That's never happened to me before. So, that was interesting. Hopefully, that does not happen again. Grid, I apologize. I know that I was the one who said those things, but that went on longer than it should have. Yeah, I guess it's a milestone. I've had my first ban today. That's interesting. Oh, that makes me kind of sad. Yeah, I know it's not my fault, but it's still. Thank you, Clawley. I was gonna do that after stream. But thank you for doing so, because that was like, if he's just in here just to clown around, you know, that's one thing. But like, that was just a little too much, and a little too far, especially when we were all kind of like, "Hey, you should probably stop." Like, we had our fun, but that's enough. If you're being silly and ridiculous, that's one thing, but to just be blatantly, um, aggressively, I guess, overtly sexual, and I don't know. Ah, let's see, who is this person? I don't know who this is. Um, yeah, uh, buddy, I just had my first ban, and I'm like, now I'm kind of like on edge a little bit. So can we um watch the tone? Okay. Well, yeah. Goodbye. Well, 2 accounts banned, same stream. I don't know what's happening. I really don't. Like, I really, really don't know what's happening to to everything. Like, what did I do? Did I make someone feel bad? Like, did I hurt someone's feelings? Is this why I'm getting some aggression? Like, am I just being too nice? Should I just ban these guys faster? I guess, if I ever get affiliate, then I can have mods do that for me and stuff. But yeah. To the Bananator. Like, my chat rules are pretty simple. Just be nice. Like, really, that's what it is. Just be nice. It's like, honestly, the mantra that is the chat rules is the same mantra I give my kids, like my own personal children. Um, so if my 6-year-old can handle it, I would hope that adults can kind of, or teenagers or whatever, can see that for what it is. Be nice, just be nice, be a good person. If you want to clown around and stuff and be funny, make jokes, if you push the line and you don't realize it, apologize. I mean, you don't have to like beg and be on your knees to like apologize for saying something out of turn or anything like that, but like just understanding where the line is. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe that person's just on a mission to troll. Like, more power to them, but like I don't know. I mean, I guess I was 11 once too. Like that's what I'm just gonna kind of turn that into, is that it's like a maturity thing, maybe. Um, I don't know. When you're an old man like me, like that kind of stuff just loses its appeal. Like I don't know. Like I don't ever really feel the need to just be mean to be for mean's sake anymore. Like, even when I was in college, I kind of was kind of a poop with that. But like now, nah, there's not really a point. Life's too short. Oh, old man voice. Well, you see there, Clawley. Back in my day, computers ran on dial up. You couldn't be on the phone or on the computer at the same time. And when I tell you that you could be on the computer and not be on the internet, whoo, computer before internet was crazy. Oh no, I'm not doing character voices. Oh, I will do a little bit. So like when I do Stitch, like every guy does Stitch. So it's like, uh, so Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind. Yeah, we haven't done this in years. My deep epic voice. In a world where Clawley is sitting at her computer, probably very exhausted from her day of dealing with baby. What's funny is that like I'll do Stitch, but like my kids love when I do the Elmo voice, because we have an Elmo puppet, and my girls liked Sesame Street, so like Elmo talks like this. And yeah, it's really high, and he talks, and he's got just a little bit of a lisp where the S is on the front, and so I talk like this. How are you today, Clawley? uh, oh, I have a new follower from the person I banned. Oh,
Gollum, Hobbitus, Bilbo Bagginses, Clowley, you have my precious.
Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you.
Well, you see, um, when you're just a frog out on a log, just sitting here, talking to Clawley and Grid.
You got the creeps from that golem voice? You're welcome. You are very welcome for that, Clawley. Oh man, what else? I can't do a lot of other ones. Like I like to do character voices. Like I still like at one point, and I still kind of do. I'd love to pursue voice acting. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Um, I only have one voice. Yeah, I've thought about it, and I would love to do it, even if it was just like commercials and stuff, like just doing that, like announcer voices. I need to work a little bit more on my diction. I get tongue tied pretty easily. Uh, so I definitely need to work more on the vocal calisthenics of being a voice actor a little bit more. I like to study different voices. That's one of those things that when I watch a movie, okay, yeah. When I watch a movie, I often will just focus in on how a character talks, especially like if I know an actor's voice and then I know they're putting on a character voice for that movie. I'll watch their I watch how they make their vocal shapes and things like that. I love doing that. So my best sports announcer voice. Oh man, it's tough because it's loud. Uh, let me find like a good little script for that. Let me see. Best splits in its voice. Mm, let's do a. I gotta have something to read from. I don't want to do something off the fly. Uh, no. What is? No, no. Yeah, especially improvising stuff. Um, let's see. Welcome, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 NCAA Division Men's Basketball Championship at blah 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 venue in blah 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 city and state. Tonight's game features the A team versus the B team. You know, something big and boisterous like that, maybe. It's hard to do some of that stuff because it's loud. Um, and my kids sleep right up there. So it's a little tough. Oh, thank you, Clawley. I like doing voice work stuff would be a lot of fun. It's a pretty competitive market, from what I've told, from what I've seen anyway. Because it's pretty saturated, especially like with things like Fiverr have kind of, I don't want to say cheapened, but it's definitely made it to where professional voice actors have had a hard time wanting professional pay. Because when you have someone who will read a minute script for $5, and when a professional voice actor used to charge, hundreds or thousands of dollars for something like that, it definitely does um, make that market more difficult to kind of jump into now. Man, I don't know why I keep mining iron. Like, I have an iron farm that produces a good amount of iron, but I just can't let it sit there. I can't. It taunts me. Ooh, Clawley. I've been thinking we need to do a community build for the NIM server. It wasn't a commercial once. They had to bring in a voice actor for his voiceover because that's actually really funny. Because I've heard of things like that happening before, like even in movies. So in the movie Hocus Pocus, the actor who plays Thackeray Binks, whenever you hear his voice, that's not the voice actor, or that's not the actor's voice. Um, the voice that you hear is actually the same guy who does Max from a Goofy movie. Oh, and Grid, your one voice that you do, the champion, is really good. Because it's like that New York Bronx kind of like very New York sound, which like regional voices like that can be tough because like it's hard not to talk in a character voice when you're talking with a certain dialect from like a region in a country. Like when I talk with a more southern draw, it's almost always in a character voice because it's just really hard to talk with a southern draw and not really put like a voice behind it. Because I always end up kind of sounding like Forrest Gump, no matter what. It's just it's the brother's friend from when he says, "Oh, okay, yeah, I see that. I can see that." But I would love to see, like I watch a lot of videos about there are professional linguists and voice coaches and dialect coaches who will like critique actors dialects uh in movies, and I love watching that kind of stuff. There's one where a guy, he will even break down fictional um uh, uh languages because he studies even the fictional languages and how you would actually say them and stuff, and that's super cool. Like he breaks down Dothraki, he breaks down like even some Star Trek languages. It's super neat because like you could sit there and just be a nerd the entire time. I watch those. Yeah. Whenever I want to watch a character voice, I try to just find normal people from that area who don't have to put it on. Um, I just want to watch normal people and how they talk, and I'll pick up their mannerisms. So like that's why I get a lot of Forrest Gump in my southern voice, is because that's just who my mind goes to when it comes to southern voices, because he's got that kind of Alabama draw with a slight speech impediment. Um, and I've watched how Tom Hanks gets into that voice, and so I love that. So I get into it that way. Um, so like if I want to watch someone, like if I want to learn to do an Irish accent, I will just watch normal everyday video, like videos of normal everyday people from Ireland, and just watch how they speak. I watch how their mouth moves. I try to like watch their tongue. Um, the Irish and Scottish are really hard for me to do without making them sound like a caricature of that voice. You know, it almost it's like mildly offensive when I try to do it because it sounds like I'm either Sean Connery or I'm the leprechaun on Lucky Charms. Like that's what it always does. For an upcoming game, a villain I want to have a southern accent, but more Kentucky than Alabama. Oh yeah, um, that's I think that Kentucky draw is similar to what Brad Pitt uses in Inglorious Bastards. He doesn't do it very well, but that's what he kind of aims for, I believe. Or that kind of region of Southern accent. If our new superhero game, if I end up with, if I end up reusing a character, I won't probably um, do an accent. You should send that link in the general Discord on my Discord, Clawley. I'd love to watch it. Brad Pitt has a good accent. Cool. Yeah, he does, and he's so young in that. Cool World was one of those movies from my childhood that like it always felt wrong to watch. Like there was no way as a kid that I felt like, oh, I am doing a good thing watching this movie. Got a good vein of it here. Um, Man, banning those two accounts got me like really like anxious for some reason. I don't know what it was, but like I'm kind of anxious. I'm gonna have to really look into into some of my more moderator settings. Ooh, found some emerald. Make sure I look at what words and phrases need to be looked at a little bit more carefully. But no, that kind of got in my head a little bit. That guy won. He won. Awesome. I will check it out after stream because I'm excited. Ooh, I need to start putting my Discord link um in my or my video description for when I push these over to YouTube. I need to start doing that. Because I have not done that yet. I want to work on some of my regional dialects of stuff, and I need to get back into learning Spanish because I was on a really good roll of on my Duolingo, like where it was having me do full sentences, and it would yell at me because I wouldn't say things the right way, and I'd have to listen to it over and over again. But I need to start getting into that more. I need to put more work into that because Spanish is definitely a language that I would love to be fluent in. I love Spanish. Ever since I was a kid, I always loved hearing my friends in school speak Spanish, and I was like, I want to learn. And I've had kids that I've taught that speak Spanish. Um, some speak Mexican Spanish, some speak Cuban Spanish or Guatemalan Spanish. So I want to I want to have a very good working knowledge of Spanish. I think that would be good. Not enough to where I would like be an interpreter or anything, but enough to where I could be very conversational with someone who is Spanish speaking. I think that would be very nice. Oh, that's cool. Have you picked up anything of it? When I was teaching elementary, I would have students who would comment when I would speak Spanish because they're like, why are you saying it like that?" And I was like, uh, I was like, "Saying it like what?" They're like, "You had a weird voice to it." And I was like, "I think it's when I tried to s- speak more quote unquote authentically. I kind of add my own little like Hispanic accent to it, which is probably not the right thing to do." But now, does he speak Spanish because he is Hispanic, or is it just something that he's learned? Because, like, I've had students who speak Spanish, like, they're conversational with their parents and stuff, but, like, if you ask them about certain Spanish things, they're like, I don't know, I just say the words. Like, I don't know, like, or the back, I don't know what the word is for that. Oh, he lived in Chile for 2 years. Awesome. That's super cool. Um, we had a kid who he came from Guatemala, and he was fluent in Guatemalan Spanish. Could read and write in Guatemalan Spanish, and he came and was in kindergarten at my elementary school. Did not know a single word of English, not a single thing. Um, and so I made sure I had a couple phrases always logged into my phone about just certain things that we would do, or certain requests or questions that he could answer, either yes or no, or certain things that he could do to follow along with people without having to just watch, that were just logged into my phone, that I would just hit the button and it would speak it out on speakerphone in Spanish out loud so he could hear it. And that helped a lot. And oh gosh, he's probably I think he's in the third grade now. Um, but I love that kid. He was such a good kid. Um, and his English, like from the beginning of the year to middle of the year, was like huge jump, huge jump. But that's cool that your husband lived in Chile for 2 years. That's super neat. I also have two brothers that speak Spanish too. One lived in the Dominican Republic for 2 years, and the other lived in North Carolina for 2 years. Cool. That is really neat. I just want to learn it because, like, one, I would like to be bilingual. I think being bilingual is important. Um, and especially like in our area, Spanish is a pretty prevalent language just because our food processing plant, a lot of Spanish workers are there, and so there's a lot of families that have settled, and so there's a fairly decent Spanish population here. Um, so I would love to be able to talk to more people and interact with more people, and especially like former students and stuff. But I used Duolingo for like a month straight, and it was really good. Like I felt like I was getting a lot out of it. Um, it probably isn't. I mean, it's there's not a lot of things that are going to be the best way to do something, but I felt like I was getting a lot out of it. Um, but I don't want to just stop with Spanish. So I want to do Spanish, and I also want to do Japanese. But I have to figure out, do I want to do kanji? Well, when you write it, it's like kanji or hatakana or katakana with the written part. It depends on what you're doing. Um, and I don't know enough about it to really know what I need to use for that for. But I really mostly want to use it so I don't have to wait for certain subtitles to get put on certain anime. I could just watch an anime in Japanese or in English. I think that'd be really cool. Um, it seems kind of like a selfish reason, but if I ever, I want to visit Japan sometime. That's like one of my dream places to go is to go to Japan, do all the touristy stuff, and then do all the stuff that's like behind the scenes, like all the stuff that's like off the beaten path kind of stuff. And knowing Spanish or knowing Japanese, excuse me, would definitely be a good way to do that. I think that'd be really good. Oh, but there are certain words I like to say more in Spanish than like I love to say certain colors in Spanish. I love to say the word Wednesday in Spanish. It's my favorite. Um, like Wednesday, miércoles. I love that. Such a fun word. We need to have more fun words to say. I went to Matrix Machine so I can learn every language. Right? Like just plug it in and go. Accelerated learning would be a really interesting concept to like even with sci-fi just it'd be such an interesting concept to have accelerated learning stuff like that. But all right, Kalali, Grid, thank you guys for watching. We nope, go to the other one. There it is. So thank you for watching. It's been a lot of fun, even with the double bans today. So if you've enjoyed watching this stream, consider following. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all at Mr. Retro. That's MMRRETRO. That's 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. Check out my Discord as well. Bye, Clawley. Bye, Grid. It was good talking to you guys. Bye.